All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And I'm the brother Barak, and I have the brother Dawadah with me. We're the Akim from the Great Millstone Church in Birmingham. And today we're going to tie this lesson. If it had not been the Lord, because the time that we're in is a time of evils and distress and anguish and plagues, and it's coming from the heavens, from Yahawah. So in that, there's no defense from this earthly realm, you know, that would, you know, deflect the wrath of Yahawah. So what other solution could it be but Yahawah, as our refuge, man. And that's the time we're in. Well, great plagues is going to take place in the balance. There'll be a great deliverance as well. So, matter of fact, uh, can you
Con,
start off with Daniel the 12th chapter? We can start off with that.
con. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be written in the book.
Con. So as you can see, it's a certain time, a season. Read it from the top again.
Con. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince was standing for the children of thy people.
So yeah, you're gonna have Michael the archangel. You're gonna have the divine intervention, pretty much,
Mhm.
because you're gonna have the heavens intervening in men's affairs. You know, and it's not to help the ball go into the hoop for that for the boss to give you a raise. No, it's for the this time that we're in, these evils, to where the devil is gonna come down with great wrath. You're gonna have pestilence,
Mhm.
and not in the mass. No, it's gonna be because of these bodies that haven't been picked up, and a plethora of other things the Lord is gonna release. The beasts of the field,
Mhm.
from mechanical to this, which of, such as a lion and a bear, which are fierce creatures, as well as those that you don't know. You know, it's nothing in this realm that's gonna defend you from these plethora of things, because it tells you that these plagues is gonna come like a flood, man. So man, it's gonna be overwhelming.
Mm.
So it's gonna have to take divine intervention to be kept from these things. Matter of fact, get before we can go back to this, but get Job 5 real quick.
Con.
And if you got anything,
Con.
Job 5, you can start at like verse 19.
Con. This is the book of Job, chapter 5, and verse 19. It says, he shall deliver thee in six troubles.
It said, "He shall deliver thee."
Mm-hmm.
If it had not been the Lord, man, it's Yahawashi, man. He shall deliver thee from the six troubles. And we come to a time where it's about the climax, man. That charagma, and that show you that we at the end. We at the end of the end now, because the charagma that prophecy is beginning to bud forth into its perfection, to where now you have fed now.
Hmm.
That's a, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
going into this transition to this digital society. You know, that show you that when we at the end, man. And also when that Karat comes, it tells you that in the Revelation, the third chapter, how we're going to be kept is going to be through our Lord Yahawashi. Why? Because we kept the patience of His word, man. And it show you
Mm-hmm.
how vital possessing His word is, man. You know, it's nothing carnal. You know,
That's
this is
right.
from heaven. That's spiritual. You got to do it. So like,
Kind of like it. Yeah. The brother mentioned there's nothing carnal. There's nothing tangible that you can see that's going to deliver us out of these six troubles. It's going to have to be the hand of Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, which is Yahawashi. You know, it's going to have
mm-hmm.
to be the Lord who keeps us, man. Right.
That's it.
I'm gonna read it again. It says, "He shall deliver thee in six troubles. Yeah, in seven there shall no evil touch thee."
Yeah, see, and that's
Mm,
concerning the ultimate destruction of America. Because we in the midst of America being destroyed now. We in the destructuring of America. Where this place is breaking down on all levels, from the minds of the people,
mm,
you know, on the physical sense, the roads and
mm-hmm,
these buildings decaying. On all levels, this man is being destroyed. But the destruction, the missile is going to cement this man's overthrow. And we have to be out of here before that. But who's going to do it? Yahawashi. He's going to get us. He's going to deliver us from these things, man. These troublesome times, all up to the seventh, you know. But since you had mentioned that too, get some real quick. Get Daniel the third chapter, because he said it's going to be Yahawashi that's going to deliver us.
okay,
Just a quick example, real quick. Get Daniel the third chapter, and we can just get to the point on it real quick. I don't want to draw it out, because that's the same spirit that's on the planet Earth. When you read into Daniel the third chapter, how this decree
mm-hmm,
went forth, and,
mm,
and ultimately you had to take it, man. You know, it was a thin line.
mm-hmm,
Let's see. I think it's like verse 16. Let me see. No, start at 15.
Con. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3, and verse 15. Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made.
And guess what? That actually that was an actual event that took place. You know, where they had to hear that music and fall down and worship the actual image
Mm,
of what Nebuchadnezzar had built, man. You know, and when you go into it, it talks about how all the counselors, the president, the counselors and treasurers, all
mm-hmm,
those were gathered together to the dedication of the image. Is that what you're seeing today? These different these beast nations coming together, being on one accord to this digital society.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's the same thing today, man. What was written before time, written for our learning. You got it all out.
Con. But if ye worship not,
And it says, well, if you do that,
yeah,
if you sit
con.
the meaning what you're gonna live,
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
you got it out.
Con, it's like it. It says, but if ye worship not, ye shall ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands?
See, and guess now we got the
Mm.
cheat codes there. We know. And guess what? The three holy children, they know too, man. They was confident in
Mm-hmm.
that scenario. Because guess what? Even if they did bow out, they was still gonna die. The Lord was gonna kill them.
Hmm.
if they would have bowed down to the image. Just like now, if you bow down to the image now, you receive that mark. The Lord gonna kill you, man. Receive that MOTB, that grain of rice, the sea hip. Lord is gonna kill you, man. So why not have the Lord have the Lord be your refuge instead of Esau? Because ultimately that's gonna lead to death. But as you can see, Nebuchadnezzar threw it out there. Who is that power that's gonna deliver you? Now jump down to verse 24.
Con. This is Daniel chapter 3 and verse 24. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did we not cast 3 men bound in the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king.
You got it.
He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of the Most High.
See, that's the answer to who's gonna deliver us, man, from that furnace. Which, because this is the furnace to America, and it's heating up. You know, it's getting hotter by the day, man. To ultimately, those missiles gonna set it off, man. You know, but as you can see, is Yahawashi, he the one that stepped in concerning deliverance. And it said they had no hurt on, they was loose because they was tied up, they had their hats on. It said they have no hurt. And even when you continue to read, it talks about how they even smell like smoke, man. That's what you call being preserved.
Okay.
It ain't like your clothes, you got out the furnace, your clothes was burnt off. It wasn't no trace of you even being in the fire, man. But who's the source? Like I said, the right hand of the Father, Yahweh, our Lord Yahawashi, man. So that's gonna be that's our solution. That's our outlet, exit plan. I am and I plan A, B, C through Z, man. Yahweh Yahawashi.
Okay.
You know?
I got something real quick.
You got it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 33. And I'm gonna start at verse 18. You know what? Verse 16. It says, there is no king save by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength. And that's what you see in this verse. You know, it's going into being delivered and being saved, but it's telling you it's not going to be anything carnal. It says, a horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. And you know, the elect is the ones who's fearing Yahawah, while all hell is not broke loose to the point where it's manifest clear to everybody on the planet Earth. See, we see the impending danger. We see the destruction coming. We see the Lord making moves in the earth. Excuse me. The brother mentioned the Fed now. You know, that's not nothing like these countries now moving to this digital way of processing payments, man. Right? It says to deliver the soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. That's being preserved, man. You know, you being kept alive in famine. You being shielded from the said perils. You being again, that's the title of the lesson. If it had not been the Lord.
See?
You want to go back to that Job 5?
Hey, continue on that.
Oh,
Hit me on
Slacky,
that. Yeah,
Slacky.
continue on that.
It says
Yeah,
our
yeah.
soul, our soul, that's beautiful. Our soul waited for the Lord, Yahawashi. He is our help and our shield.
Uh-huh.
Our heart shall rejoice in him because we have trusted in his holy name.
Yeah, see?
Mm,
Because this is the comfort, man. And when all hell break loose, that's gonna be something when the power goes out, never come back on. That's gonna be a part of our comfort. Why? Because this is a part of our faith. And then there's those precepts gonna bring is gonna kick in, and that's what's gonna spark these miracles, man.
mm,
But we waiting on Yahawah Shema Shai. That's our help. That's our shield. Tells the Lord is gonna be the guide of them who keep His commandments and precepts, man.
mm.
You got it out.
It says, let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us according as we hope in thee.
See, and the Lord's mercy is not like no other, man.
Mm,
Not like the mercy of man. So how about Shema Shai, how He's gonna show His mercy is gonna be out there, man. Which this is a form of that mercy of the Lord, giving us this truth. This is part of the deliverance, because deliverance is this is a process. It comes in stages. This is a form of it right now. Us being delivered in the mind,
mm-hmm,
being waking up. But then it's gonna shift into the second gear when all hell breaks loose. You know, and it said according as we hope in these, so meaning we according to the report, there's gonna be a famine and certain things to take place, and we hoping that the Lord keep us from it because He told us that it was
mm-hmm.
coming. You know,
Okay.
matter of fact, real quick before we go back to that, Daniel, get some real quick, Sirach 18, because
Okay.
that's our prayer, that's our desires, the Lord to keep us. When you read Habakkuk, the third chapter talks about how in the time of wrath, remember mercy.
Mm-hmm.
So we know what to pray for, man. I think it's 18 and like 23, I believe.
Okay. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 and verse 23. Before thou prayest, prepare thyself, and be not as one that tempteth the Lord.
Yeah, because when you praying, you begging to your how by Shema Shai. They just how these Christians. The Lord talked to me last night. He told me, no, man. When you approach the Lord, uh, and it's by the way, really your mind, you pleading, you begging unto the Lord, man. And and these people that don't know about Yahawah Shema Shai, they tempt the Lord, whether they call on these of the circumcised, of those
Mm-hmm.
that they say JC, or they tempt Yahawah Shema Shai. Because ultimately, whatever they pray for is for them to really to be more comfortable here in America, whatever it is,
Hmm.
you know.
If I may,
Con,
and that ain't according to the will of Yahweh Shai.
that's it.
We know the Lord don't want this place to continue. So why would we pray for anything that sustain us here, except for this truth, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and these people mindset are not even geared toward understanding what the Lord is getting ready to bring. So if their mindset is not geared to it, as we going into, they're not going to know what to pray for.
Mm.
I'm gonna read it again. Sirach 18 and 23. Before thou prayest, prepare thyself, and be not as one that tempteth the Lord.
Mm.
Think upon the wrath that shall be at the end.
See, the Lord giving you a hint on what to pray for.
Hmm.
The wrath that's going to be at the end, which we are at the end. The signs are clear and evident that this is the end. Because number one of the indicators that Esau is on the scene. But it
Hmm.
says it's going to be a wrath, a great wrath that's about to take place. You got it out.
Con. It says, "And the time of vengeance, when he shall turn away his face."
See, when the Lord shall turn with his face, that mercy, man, that grace, and it's by the way of his truth to show you that this truth is what's the key.
Mm,
You know, it talks about how wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at times and strength of salvation.
mm,
You know, because this word right here is, hey, this is what's going to bring forth those miracles, man. Talks about even when you read about Paul and Silas, talks about how they were singing praises unto the Lord, and then ultimately the earthquake came and shook them
mm,
out of the stocks.
mm-hmm.
You know, so that, hey, the Lord gonna get down this time, man.
Mm,
How fitting when you got all this technology and shit. You know, Esau has perfected the sword on all. This nigga got little nanobots that can kill. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
You seen the little I think it was Elon Musk, like he said something about that. Yeah, you got a little nanobot that can just fly in your office and blow up and shit.
Okay.
So this devil have that's his blessing, the sword, you know. So it tells you, it shows you that we're gonna need some from the heavens. That's why you read Isaiah 31, it talks about how Esau's his horses is flesh, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not spirit, man.
Mm.
But you can go back to Daniel 12 unless you got something out.
Con, I got something real quick.
Con, you got it, bro.
It's going back, on that prayer, our Lord Yahawashi, who gave us instructions on, you know,
Mm.
Matthew chapter 6. And I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, "Be not ye therefore like unto them." I'm gonna start at verse 7. "But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions." That's you
Yeah.
meditating on those things to pray for. You want to be straight, direct, and to the point. It says, "As the heathens do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking." See, "Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask of him." Right? And that's going to be made manifest by way of those miracles, as the brother was going into. A precept going to pop up, and the Lord going to have, some miraculous thing happen to where your prayer is going to be answered. It says, "After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven." Going back to that same mindset, you in one accord with Yahawah, where he say he gonna bring famine, death, and destruction. And you understanding those things, you in that same mindset, you like, "Look, yeah, Lord, do it," because you know it's going to establish the kingdom of heaven,
Mm.
right? It says, "Give us this day our daily bread," and we're receiving that now through this word. Scripture say, "Man shall not live by bread alone,
Mhm.
but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High." And we getting fed daily, right? It says, "Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation." Like the brother had said earlier, the officer Barak said earlier, the Lord is going to be guiding those who keep his commandments and precepts, right? Keep us from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the whole world. It says, "Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil." See, "For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen." So yeah, man, we're asking to be kept from the evil, you know?
Mhm. That's it. That's beautiful right there.
Said Daniel 12.
Con, I,
Okay. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1. "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people."
so yeah, and this is that time right here, man. This is that season, and the angels hell began doing it by working on our minds. Lord heaven, because it tells you that when you read Isaiah 6 as well as Ezekiel the ninth chapter, those that it was those that were going to be blinded.
Mm-hmm.
They, but you got those that sigh and cry too as well. It's going to have those that got that mark of exemption and those that have that mark of destruction.
Mm.
And the indicator is when His word is on display. Those who cleave fast to it is now uh, qualified for deliverance, man. Could be that potential elect. And the clause is to endure to the end. Those who reject it tells you those that hate me love death, man. So what else? Ain't no other way you can break that down until you're gonna die if you don't hold fast to the word, man.
Okay.
But this is that time where divine intervention is taking place. And as I mentioned before, this word, us waking up into this truth, but it's gonna only increase when all hell break loose and
Mm-hmm.
miraculous events take place. Though that beyond human comprehension. To where
Mm-hmm.
the only thing you could say, it was Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. That was Yahawashi. You got it out.
Okay. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, thy people shall be delivered.
Thy people, Jerusalem, Zion, the elect, the ones that's going to receive that peace and mercy. And going back, that's beginning now.
Mm-hmm.
The word is the seed. In the process, the only way it's going is going to grow. It just don't stay there. The seed is going to grow. So the peace and mercy begins now by the way of us having that begins in our mind. But it's going to grow to where when there's a lack of water, somehow you drinking the best water you ever drunk. Fuck a water filter. Somehow it tastes better now. You know what I mean?
He cut out.
You know what I mean? So, and that's just one of the many things, a plethora of things the Lord is going to do, man. He's going to far exceed our expectations.
Mm.
Lord, will we part in righteous number, man?
Mm-hmm.
Because it says it's going to be a time like no other.
Mm.
And we can go into the records and we can read about certain evils that took place and how men was delivered, as we just read in Daniel the 3rd chapter. But even in that, it's going to even far outdo it. Because these things that was recorded in the scripture was just an example what the Lord is gonna do in this lifetime, man. So hey man, we in a time like no other. So with great destruction, it's gonna be a great deliverance, man. But you got it out.
Con. It says, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that should be found written in the book.
See those written in Yahawashi, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is the word of the Most High. That's what we hold, and it's by the way of this doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ain't got nothing, you get that Psalm 124.
Con.
Yeah, that's that song right there, man.
Mm-hmm. Con. If I may read the title, the header,
That's it.
it says praise for rescue from enemies.
See, man. And that's the time we in, man. Esau finna come down with great wrath. Like niggas just don't think like Esau is not finna do some shit, man. This nigga is the one that's in power. And he understand that once he falls off, that's it, man. He's about to scratch tooth and nail to stay in the power. Tells you because of the birthright. And this man got technology, lasers and shit, and mechanical dogs, and he even got sound weapons and shit. You don't even hear it. But you feel like you on fire and shit. You don't even see. He even got he just can send a robot to you. He ain't even got to physically see an Edomite. He gonna beat up through that robot. Which and Esau is the sword of the Lord. Matter of fact,
Okay.
get that Psalm 17, Baba Kashai.
Okay.
And started like let's see what verse 8 say.
Okay.
Yeah, read verse 8 out.
Okay. This is Psalms chapter 17 and verse 8. Keep me as the apple of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Hide me under thy shadow. Excuse me. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings.
And that's what we praying for the
Mm.
Lord to keep us. You know, have us the Lord continue to shine His face upon us by us to continue to possess this truth. Because in that's that provision, that's that safe house, that protection, man. You got it out.
It says, from the wicked that oppress me.
See, that's the defense from Esau. The gun, you ain't gonna be able to match a shoot. You ain't gonna be able to have a shootout with E. That's not gonna work. You got it out.
It says, from my deadly enemies who compass me about.
See, meaning it ain't got to be on the literal sense he surrounded you. Guess what? Don't you got to go to Publix? That's an Edomite thing. He tells you we got to go to him in one of all things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's time that where the line is gonna be drawn in the sand, and that's why we're holding fast to Yahawashi. We're not stand upon this man who smote us, but upon the Lord, the Holy One in truth, man. So this man, we are compassed about pretty much. This nigga, you got a social security number and shit, you know, and ultimately it's gonna lead to when the corrupt comes, we're gonna have to totally go off the grid, man. But this man, this truth, as you see, this word, hold it fast to it, is that defense from E. You got it out.
It says, they are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth, they speak proudly.
Yep, these laws and legislations, you got it.
They have compassed us in our steps.
Mm-hmm.
They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth.
Yep, these satellites and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker tracking your phones. Taught how to with the leopard watching over the city or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got it out.
It says, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places.
And that's E, man.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is this talking about but this devil, man? You got it out.
It says, arise, O Lord, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
See, and that's what we're praying for the Lord to cast him down, disappoint him. That new world order. But as you can see, Esau is the sword of the Lord. So if he's the Lord's sword, you know this ain't nothing light, man. This nigga you know what I mean? The Lord put the spirit on this man to make a missile, man.
Yeah,
And everything, yeah, you got tanks and
so
shit. Yeah, you got it. What you gonna say, bro?
No. I was just saying that's heavy. You know, the perfection of this devil with the technology that he have, and it's all been given to him by the Lord as you were going into a slacky. You got it.
Yeah, that's it. That's beautiful, man.
Mm.
Could tell he was given a great sword. So meaning what the sword, he's gonna perfect it. He was gonna perfect it, man. Cause what like damn a nuclear missile? Come on now. But that's the sword of the Lord. So how else? What else could you do but ask the Lord to keep you from that? Like you finna hold the belt. You finna tell. Yeah, you finna hold the belt, man. And get your ass whooping hard.
Good.
That's just like trying to have a shootout with Esau. Now you really that motherfucker gonna capture you. You done ran out, but he. So that's why we need Yahawah Shema Shai, man, for real.
Okay.
You know, because Esau is the sword of the Lord, man.
Hmm.
Tells you that, and also, what I think that Ezekiel 21, the sword has been sharpened,
Okay.
that it may glitter. This
Hmm.
nigga got his night vision has been perfected, the night vision goggles and shit. He
Mm-hmm.
got these super soldiers and shit, the different drones, and so
Hmm.
we gonna need Yahawah Shema. We need Yahawah Shema Shai now, but that desire and you asking for that is gonna increase even more sincerely as when all hell breaks loose, man. But you can go to that songs. You ain't got none.
Okay. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 124, and verse 1. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us.
See, when men rose up against us, and that's concerning this devil, man, coming down with great wrath. You see, you had to say it twice, man,
Hmm.
because if it had not been Yahweh Shema Shai, man, when this man come up against us, ain't like we got a standing army of even these other nations. You got these gooks. They got missiles. These retarded gooks is. Esau can't go up in there and just run shit because they got them things now.
Mm-hmm.
But Jake, we ain't got a standing army of a seat in the UN or in a form of say so in his lifetime. So this devil can have his way with us, man. And if the Lord would give us into his hand, continue.
Okay. It says, when they had swallowed us up quick.
See,
Hmm.
we'll be swallowed up quick. We'll be finished, man. As fragile as these devils are, man, it's the Lord's battle at the end of the day. As you read earlier in Psalms, the 33rd chapter, it's
Mm-hmm.
nothing in this earthly realm that calls us to prosper. It's Yahawah Shema Shai that bring forth those things, whether your army is mighty or not. Look at the Persian Empire with the immortals.
Hmm.
As vast as their army was, the Greeks was the next up. According to the will of Yahawah Shema Shai, no matter how you looked at the stats, what was on paper, according to Yahawah Shema Shai, the Greeks was going to come out on top. You know, so it's all according to the will of the Lord. But if it had not been the Lord, when this devil come down with great wrath, we'll be swallowed up quick. You got it.
Okay. It says, then the Salakia, I'm gonna read this again, verse 3. It
Uh-huh.
says, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us.
See that great wrath,
Mm-hmm.
and that's show you that's Esau because his solution, the only thing he can come up with is just to kill you, man. That's what a sword does. You don't use a sword to do anything else but to bring forth destruction. So with Esau and him being troubled in the mind, the only way to comfort himself is to kill Jacob.
Mm.
And specifically those that have the testimony of Yahawashi when you read Revelation the 12th chapter, the 17th verse. Those that speak uprightly, as well as when you can read Wisdom of Solomon the second chapter. It tells you how in that council what they came up with in that council of the ungodly was to come down against the poor and righteous man. You got it out.
If I may,
Mm-hmm.
that show you just how much of a devil that we're dealing with, man. His as the brother said, his reasoning is to kill you, man.
Yeah.
It says then the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul.
See, oh, the waters had overwhelmed us. Get that on Isaiah. What is it?
Kind,
To my 59, I believe.
kind,
And that's what this man is. He's gonna come in an overwhelming manner. You gotta know Esau is desperate. See, we finna see desperation in his perfection as well. This man, how even in the sports world you see a Hail Mary, niggas shooting from half court to say like that's the last option you got. Well, this is Esau's last option. His last option is just to come out to you and just kill you. You know, you got it out.
This is Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood.
See, the enemy is gonna come in like a flood, meaning this man is gonna have an overwhelming presence, uh, militarily, man. This man gonna be rounding people up. When this lockdown is gonna be roadblocks and checkpoints. That's how you gonna know this man is desperate. Out of all them football Sundays and shit, it's gonna come down to where's your ID and do you have your C hip? It's gonna get real, man.
Mm-hmm.
But this man he's gonna come down with great wrath. When I say when these people be rounded up, and it's not gonna be when you get off of work. It's gonna be in the midst of the night when that sleep is just about to get good. It's gonna be disrupted when the door gets kicked down, or however the Lord brings it. But you gonna know, man, shit finna change drastically. It's gonna be that one day. Everybody's lives gonna change drastically. Your routine that's gonna be thrown out the window. It's not like next week you're gonna get back to normal. That's the time that we in, man. And in 24 hours, it can happen. Within 24 hours, one event, you got 12, 8, well, within an hour. Just how everything is set up, you got it a lot.
It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
See, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. Matter of fact, get that word standard out. See, the Lord is going to combat Eve, man. Like I said, his horses is flesh, but the Lord's horse is spirit, man. So whatever this devil bring, the Lord gonna have the solution.
That word standard, Strong's H 5127, it says to flee, escape.
See? And that sort of is a scenario the Lord have already got lined up to where we're going to be able to escape. We could read about Peter and how he was able to escape. Despite he had a quaternion of soldiers around him. He was shackled up. He was like he was pretty much in maximum security. And that's why when you read concerning him escaping, it tells how he went through the first ward, the second ward. He went close by the door. When they brought it, he was down in the middle of the prison. You know what I mean? What? It was going to, even he was able to get loose or something. He had to go. It was a process of him getting out of that prison. And No, that was dramatic. It wasn't like he just walked out. Him and the angel had a conversation until he got to the door. No, that was an intense moment of him escaping, man. That's why the angel smote him. It was a sense of urgency. He smote him, told him, go ahead and put your sandals on, let's go.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got to do it. But as you can see, it's Yahawah Shema Shai. He's the source from causing us to escape. Matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can find something. Continue on that.
Con, it says to flee, to escape, to take flight. It
Hey,
said,
man,
yeah.
hey, that's the perfection of it. That's going to be the perfection of the deliverance.
Hmm.
Tell you the Lord, he the one that have brought up the children of Israel out of the land of the north. That's going to be the only way out from America. You ain't going to be able to drive or boat your way, or even have, or even in this realm, that plane. That's not going to even be suitable or able to withstand the judgment of Yahawah Shema Shai. So that's going to be the climax of it when you read Revelation, the 12th chapter. I mean, the 11th chapter, I mean, in the 12th verse,
Mm-hmm.
when that great earthquake came, it was a great shout, and they ascended up into heaven, man. Um, but to escape, I had got some real quick. Get that Psalm 71 and start at verse 1.
Con.
Because ultimately Israel, how by Shema Shai, he's the source. It wasn't of our own, like you got a bad plan, you got thrown into a concentration camp, and somehow you got the floor layout. No, it's not gonna be like that, man. It's gonna be Yahawah Shema Shai is gonna cause us to escape and be preserved from these things, man. You gotta do what?
Con, this is Psalms chapter 71 and verse 1. It says, in thee, O Lord, do I put my trust.
Mm.
Let me never be put to confusion.
See, and us putting our trust in the Lord is by us believing the report, believing in his doctrine. And in that, we're not going to be put to confusion in the time of perplexity. And that show you that's what this word is not to be boasting and trying to cut your auntie. And no, man, this is that life raft, that fortress for us to be kept, because we come into a time, as we read in Daniel the 12th chapter, like no other. These people are not prepared for that. And they'll get so amazed at a one-handed catch, not knowing that the famine is near. So when it do come, they're gonna be taken, man. It's not gonna be no answers. Even people with these doomsday preppers, they prepare for doomsday, but when doomsday come, it's gonna far exceed their expectations, man. They're gonna fall apart, man. When they see that creature and the bullets is not affecting, that it's not. It looks like a bear, but the claws is some crazy shit, man.
Woo.
But this truth is what's gonna keep us, man. But it said let us never be put to confusion, because we come into a time of perplexity. You got to do it.
It says, deliver me in thy righteousness
Mm-hmm.
and cause me to escape.
See, and cause me to escape. So as the Lord got these scenarios drawn up for us to be put in and brought out of it, man. And it's going to be Yahawah Shema Shai. Yahawashi is going to do that. Going back to Daniel the 12th chapter. I mean, the 3rd chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that power that's going to Yahawashi, man? You got it out.
It says, incline thine ear unto me
Mm-hmm.
and save me.
Mm-hmm.
Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort.
And that's this truth, man.
Mm.
This word, this is that strong habitation, man. from the evil day, that we may withstand in the evil day. You got it.
Thou hast given commandment to save me,
Mm.
for thou art my rock and my
So
fortress.
Lord, he a given commandment to save me,
Mm,
and the Lord's gonna send for those angels. Tells you
mm,
that in Psalms 91.
mm-hmm.
So of course, divine intervention is gonna have to be needed. That's a part of the scene, man. And Lord, when we the ones that, because that got to happen to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord keeping people and keeping certain spirits and families and saving these certain spirits. You know, somebody got to play that role, and Lord willing, we are those. So you can go back on that song.
Come. This is Psalms chapter 124 and verse 4. Then the proud waters had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul.
See the proud waters, and
Mm-hmm.
who else could that be but Esau? That's one of the characteristics that's associated with this devil, man. Pride. When you read Obadiah, you know, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee.
Mm-hmm.
Who the Edomites, the proudest of all beasts, but he's the proud waters. You got it.
Come. It says, then the proud waters had gone over our soul.
See,
Blessed be the Lord.
then the proud
Mm-hmm.
waters had gone over our soul, and that's what this man is trying to do. He's trying to get back to his advantage because he feel the power is slipping.
Hmm.
So him coming down with great wrath is an act of desperation. Him trying to him keeping his birthright. That's why you're gonna have to see him. This man is gonna use his military to bring forth these things, man. And it's the proud. You see, it's the proud that's being put on the spot, which are the Edomites. But it's gonna be Yahawah Small Side is gonna counter that, man. You got it out.
Come. Blessed be the Lord, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth.
See, so as you can see, it's the Lord. It was in His hands to give us over or not. Oh, it tells you that in Isaiah 47, He gave us over
Mm-hmm.
unto this man. He had polluted His inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord is not going to get this man and let this man have his way with us, man. You know. Matter of fact, if you cannot go back to Psalm 71 and read verse 4.
Come. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 71 and verse 4. Deliver me, O my power, out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of unrighteous and cruel men.
See, that's concerning the Edomite, the so-called white man. You know,
Hmm.
so call out Yahweh Shema
Yeah,
Shalom,
call
Lord,
out Yahawashi.
leave us in the hands of the devil. Because going back to how this deliverance is a process, we was in the hand of this man when we was celebrating Christmas and shit.
Hmm.
That was part of us being in the hand of this devil. You in the land, you in the drive through a McDonald's. That's even part of being in the hand of this devil. But as things increase, the Lord's not going to allow this man to have his way with us, you know. And somehow you break and you get the same thing. If you of the elect, you're not going to get that corrupt, man. And we might have to get our heads chopped out, but hey, man, we're gonna do it for the Lord,
Okay.
you know. And it's going to be a certain spirit on you to receive it. When you look at when you read the account of Stephen,
Mm-hmm.
he was like in the spirit of rejoicing. He was like he see Yahawashi, and they got even more mad.
Hmm.
So that showed he was in a certain spirit where it wasn't them stones wasn't affecting him.
Mm-hmm.
But you can go back to that Psalm 124.
Con. Psalms 124 and verse 7, it says, "Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers."
See, our soul is escaped
Hmm.
and this is the perfection of it. Because when a bird, like the elder Aaron says, when a bird escape a trap, he don't walk off back to his nest. No, he takes flight.
That's right.
Just going back to that standard. Uh,
Okay.
in Isaiah 59, it says to take flight. That's going to be the climax of it. And also when we read in what's that, the book of Job, the 5th chapter,
Mm-hmm.
it said, in the 7th shall no evil touch thee. How? Because we standing on the sea of glass looking at the 7th evil.
Okay.
You pretty much in the chariots, standing on the ozone layer, looking down at the destruction of America. So that's how we're going to escape. That's going to be the perfection of the escape. You got it out.
Con. It says, "The snare is broken and we are escaped."
Mm. And as you can see too, all these things are it's past tense.
Okay.
Cause hey man, we just living it out now. It's already been decreed. It's playing out though. You got it out.
Con. It says, "Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth."
See, that's who we trust in. Yahawah outside the power of the heavens and earth. Because the Lord is the one that dictates what goes on in heaven, in the heavens and earth in this realm.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the Lord created everything. And you think about trees and birds, of course, but scenarios. Why that tree fell on that house and killed 2 people? That's the scenario of the Lord. He's the one that made heavens and earth and everything that goes on within it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord have decreed all evil to take place. But the balance is He's gonna bring forth mercy, man. And we just hope the Lord uh have mercy on us. We be the ones that Yahawah shall have mercy upon us, man. So if it had not been the Lord, we'll be finished, man. Especially when this man Esau come down with great wrath, with all hell breaks loose, the power outages, things of that nature. But you got anything else out?
No, I ain't got none.
So yeah, I can. We just hope that we're edifying. We'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. We'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We'd like to say shalom to the elect that teach His word in all true faith and sincerity. DTA,
A Bible ball
soon,
soon.
very soon.